Formula One is the pinnacle of motorsport, a dream for many but a reality for few. The path to F1 is notoriously difficult and expensive, but what if money was no object? Enter Lance Stroll, whose billionaire father, Lawrence, spent over $300 million to secure his son's place on the grid. One of F1's most prominent pay drivers, Stroll has become a controversial figure. While many fans criticize him, there's more to his story than meets the eye. In this deep dive, we'll uncover the lesser-known facts about Lance Stroll's journey, explore his career's ups and downs, and reveal the true cost of buying a seat in Formula One. Born into immense wealth, Lance Stroll's journey to Formula One was paved with gold. His father, Lawrence Stroll, boasts a staggering net worth of around $4 billion. Yet, Lance's ascent to a full-time seat with a manufacturer-backed team wasn't just handed to him on a silver platter. While his route to F1 was undoubtedly smoother than most, thanks to his family's resources, Stroll still had to prove his mettle on the track. His rise through the ranks demonstrate a level of skill and determination that deserves acknowledgement, even if it's often overshadowed by his reputation as F1's most meme-worthy pay driver. Lance Stroll began his racing career in karting at age 10, swiftly accumulating victories and titles across Canada and North America. At age 11, he was offered a spot in the Ferrari Driver Academy, a mixed blessing that he eagerly anticipated. During 2 more years of karting, he competed against future F1 drivers George Russell and Alexander Albon, both of whom outperformed him. Frustrated, Stroll transitioned to single-seaters with Ferrari's support, entering Formula 4. Leveraging his financial backing, he secured a coveted seat with Prima in the Italian Formula 4 Championship for his debut season. Prima Racing is renowned for providing drivers with excellent opportunities to secure championships. However, a lesser-known fact is that Lawrence Stroll, Lance's father, held a significant ownership stake in the team. Rumors suggest he invested approximately $60 million in the Italian outfit to maximize his son's chances of success. This financial involvement, coupled with Lance's on-track performance and a controversial rule affecting his teammates, contributed to his 2014 Italian F4 Championship victory. Lance Stroll's teammates for the season was 21-year-old Brandon Maisano, an experienced F3 racer chosen to mentor the younger driver. While Maisano ultimately outscored Stroll in points, a technicality in the rules deemed him ineligible for the championship due to his age. As a result, Stroll claimed the title despite finishing second in overall points. This outcome, largely due to a regulatory quirk, did little to dispel the perception of Stroll benefiting from advantageous circumstances rather than pure merit. In 2015, Stroll advanced to Formula 3, promptly securing the Toyota Racing Series title in New Zealand. He then joined the Euro F3 Championship, once again with Prima. While outperforming future F1 drivers Russell and Albon, Stroll was notably outpaced by Giovinazzi and Leclerc, both future Ferrari associates. However, Stroll's 2015 season was marked by more than just results. A dramatic crash at Monza, following an incident with Giovinazzi, saw Stroll fortunate to escape unharmed. Further controversy arose at Spa, where Stroll triggered a multi-car collision, eliminating himself and frontrunners Rosenqvist and Juncadella from the race. These incidents highlighted the young driver's aggressive style and steep learning curve in the highly competitive series. Controversy trailed Stroll even as he climbed the motorsport ladder. Despite his F3 incidents, Williams F1 snapped him up as a development driver in 2015, sparking rumors of a hefty $10 million investment by his father, vehemently denied by the team. Stroll dominated the 2016 Euro F3 Championship, but accusations of team orders and favoritism tainted his victory. When rival George Russell even publicly called out Prima's tactics, fueling the ever-burning fire and controversy surrounding Stroll. Surely, after all of this, his Formula One call-up was still just a pipeline dream, right? Wrong. Stroll's ascent to F1 was about to hit warp speed. Fresh off of his F3 title, the motorsport world was blindsided by the announcement. Lance was jumping straight to Formula One with Williams. No intermediate steps, no gradual climb, just a meteoric rise fueled by talent and, let's be honest, an $80 million boost from Daddy Dearest. At 18 years and 153 days old on debut, Stroll became F1's second youngest ever driver, nipping at Max Verstappen's heels. Stroll's F1 baptism with Williams was a rollercoaster. His debut, a crash in practice. Talk about first-day jitters, but the rookie found his footing, snagging a podium in Baku and a front-row start in a rain-soaked Monaco qualifying. These flashes of brilliance, especially in wet conditions, became his calling card. Yet, reality bit hard. Veteran teammate Felipe Massa dominated qualifying with a 17.2, with an average gap of 0.621 seconds. Stroll's sophomore year, alongside Sergei Sirotkin, let's just say it didn't set the F1 world on fire, and therefore, the question still lingered. Was Stroll finding his feet or floundering in the deep end of Formula One? He did, however, gift us with the year's most comical moment. Picture this: race over, slow down wrap, and Stroll, well, let's just say his situational awareness took a copy break. The resulting crash was pure comedy gold, rivaling even the most entertaining YouTube videos. Let's face it, in a season where the title fight might put you to sleep, moments like this kept us coming back for more. Lance Stroll's 2018 season was unexpectedly challenging. Despite expectations to outperform his rookie teammate, Sergei Sirotkin, Stroll found himself out-qualified 12.8. While their Williams car was undeniably poor, the two drivers performed similarly throughout the year, with Stroll only marginally outscoring Sirotkin. Surprisingly, Sirotkin was let go, while Stroll was rehired. But this time, there was a twist. In the lead-up to the 2019 Formula One season, the Force India team's financial collapse led to its acquisition by the one and only. Can you guess? That's right, Lawrence Stroll. Unsurprisingly, Lance was chosen as a driver for the rebranded Racing Point team. His performance that year was relatively unremarkable, with teammate Sergio Perez consistently outperforming him in both qualifying and races. All 3 full seasons in F1, Lance had yet to convincingly shake off the pay driver label, despite occasional flashes of talent, including one podium finish. While these high points demonstrated potential, they were too sporadic to silence critics. But surprise, surprise, Lance once again retained his seat for the following year. For the 2020 season, Lawrence Stroll maintained the same driver lineup, but the team saw significant changes. The new Racing Point car, the RP20, was faster, more controversial, and notably pinker than its predecessor. Dubbed the Pink Mercedes due to its striking similarity to the previous year's championship-winning car, Lance Stroll's performance improved remarkably, finishing outside the top 10 only once all season and securing 2 podium finishes. His standout moment came in a rain-soaked Turkish Grand Prix, where he claimed his first pole position in his 75th F1 race. While Stroll narrowed the gap in qualifying on Saturdays, Perez once again finished ahead in the championship standings. Despite a major crash at the Tuscan Grand Prix and a dramatic flip in Bahrain, 2020 marked Lance Stroll's strongest Formula One season to date. 2021 brought unexpected changes. Following substantial financial investments, Racing Point transformed into Aston Martin, trading pink for British Racing Green. Stroll faced a new challenge in the form of 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel as his teammate. While this pairing demonstrated Lawrence Stroll's commitment to testing his son against top-tier talent, the team struggled with a severely underperforming car. This season proved disappointing for all involved, with Stroll's best result being a modest 6th place in Qatar. Aston Martin retained its driver lineup for 2022 amidst sweeping regulation changes in Formula One. Despite the introduction of ground effect cars, Lance Stroll's performance remained relatively unchanged. For the second consecutive year, Sebastian Vettel comfortably outscored his teammate. Stroll's inability to significantly improve or stand out in the new era of F1 did little to silence his critics. As the season concluded, attention turned to Stroll's upcoming challenge, partnering with 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso, who was set to replace the retiring Vettel. This move, orchestrated by Lawrence Stroll, promised to be Lance's toughest test yet. However, a silver lining emerged during pre-season testing, as the new Aston Martin showed surprising pace. This unexpected competitiveness sparked speculation about the team's potential to contend for the championships, adding an intriguing dimension to the Stroll-Alonso dynamic. Lance Stroll's 2023 season nearly ended before it began. A brutal cycling accident just weeks before the opener left him with broken wrists and a broken toe. Doctors doubted he'd make the first race, but Stroll, driven by sheer determination, defied expectations. After intense rehab and battling through pain, he not only made it to Bahrain, but scored an impressive 6th place. His team's elated radio call marked a triumph of will over injury, silencing critics and showcasing Stroll's true grit. As Stroll's wrists healed, his performance gap to Alonso became glaringly apparent. While the Spaniard consistently scored podiums, Stroll struggled to exact similar pace from the same machinery. His season spiraled downward, marked by just 3 top-5 finishes amid a sea of disappointments. Lowlights included poor qualifying performances, lackluster race pace, and a massive crash in Singapore while driving over his limits. The pressure peaked in Qatar, where he finished a staggering 1.1 seconds behind Alonso in qualifying. Frustration boiled over as Stroll shoved his trainer post-season, an unacceptable outburst that laid bare his cracking composure under the weight of expectations and his teammates' superior results. 2023 was a stark reality check for Lance Stroll. Alonso outclassed him in every metric. 8 podiums to 0, 19-3 in qualifying, and nearly tripling his points. Yet, Stroll kept his seat for this year, and it's recently been announced that he's been signed again for 2025. The first part of the season so far has been very, well, underwhelming to say the least for all involved at Aston Martin. Maybe we can see him finally step up in what is left of the 8th F1 season against one of the sport's legends, but yes, the early signs aren't exactly promising. 11 races in, and a measly sub-20 points. So, the question remains, is Lance Stroll's F1 career truly bulletproof? His rolling contract and father's team ownership suggest so, despite a reputation for costly accidents and on-track incidents. While he held his own early on, facing against elite talents like Perez, Vettel and especially Alonso has exposed his limitations. Stroll's junior career shows promise, but F1 is another level entirely. With Papa Stroll at the helm, Lance's seat seems secure, even as other deserving drivers wait in the wings. But the question remains, how long can nepotism outweigh performance? What's your take on this controversial Canadian? Drop your thoughts below, and don't miss my last video which explored the crashes, the comedy, and the outright stupidity of the 1998 Belgian Grand Prix.